Okay, today's going to be a treat. We've got Bodhan, one of Ukraine's top 20 influencers on. We're going to be featuring his interview today on the broadcast.
Unofficial king of Lincoln live, and on the replay ride, yeah. Hit that follow, keep that streak alive.
All right, so let's get right to it.
I'm just leaving this review in high praise of Bohdan,
who's been absolutely fantastic. We've used him extensively.
Bodhan is a digital marketing expert born in 1979 in Ukraine, who studied computer science at the Polytechnic National University. He started in nightclub promotion and event marketing back in 2002, pivoting into internet marketing by 2012, and eventually became one of Ukraine's top 20 business influencers by helping law firms, clinics, and real estate businesses automate their client intake systems. So tell me, Bodhan, you've identified that most businesses lose 40 to 50% of potential clients due to slow response times. What's behind this massive hidden revenue leak?
Yeah, the most service business, they lose over 40% of their clients to after hours and do a high demanding time during work time, just because they're doing everything manually. Like, can you imagine you run the ads, for example, law firm, and let's say you run the ads about mass stores and people starting, sending emails, sending chat on your website, making calls to your phone. No matter how many staff you literally have, it's impossible and hard to handle them. And this is only one part of the problem. Another problem that there always will be a lot of unqualified leads that just, will burn out your staff and waste your resources. So I will say this, they will literally burn your resources.
You're building cutting-edge AI solutions from Ukraine, while serving law firms, healthcare clinics, and wellness centers primarily in Western markets. How has your unique perspective from Ukraine shaped your approach to solving problems for these businesses?
So what I see on Western market, that two problems. Many people, many businesses still are not using actually automation in the right way. And another problem, there is a huge myth about AI, like there is a different dozens, thousand myths about AI. So some of businesses like literally scared to start to use it. And I remember myself back in the day, then I first time in my life I used ChatGPT and I had no clue what to ask, I just did my early steps and the results were not that surprised, not that excited, as I was expected, So yeah, this is probably the biggest problem. Embrace the automation, because it seemed like with mobile phones before, probably with cars. I guess with AI, some people just need to take some time. And another thing, we are Ukrainians, we are very direct with our emotions. We don't fake anything. If you are not happy, we just say it straight. If you are happy, we show that we are happy. We will never smile just because it should be like that, because this is the culture. No way.
Your AI phone bots handle some of the most emotionally charged moments. Someone calling a law firm in crisis, a patient reaching out for healthcare. How do you design AI that feels genuinely empathetic in these high-stakes, complex situations?
So the human AI paradox is very important part, because if you are actually implementing that AI system wrong, you can make your clients unhappy and you can lose some money. So that's why it's so important to build a system which will be emphatic. It's like really emotional. It's literally will be helpful as a human. Of course, not perfect as a human, but still. So this is like you have to use the right model, and there is a lot of instructions should be written in the prompt engineering part to teach actually your AI agent how to work as human.
You tell prospects if you lose just one lead, it can cost you $50,000. That's a powerful reframe from nice to have automation to you're hemorrhaging money right now. What made you shift from talking about features to talking about the cost of inaction?
Yeah, like service business is high ticket. Let's say law firm. The price per case, it starts from $5,000. It can be $50K or even above that. Just depends. Let's say average 25, right? So basically you can lose one client who could pay you $50K, you lose $50K. Or you can lose two clients who could pay you $25K each, so $50K again. And if you run the numbers, let's say not about losing 40 or 50% to a slow response or after hours, but let's say just like if you lose for 30% only your leads, and with your high numbers of your service, that's a lot. For example, medical clinics, its average price can be like $15,000, right? So a couple of clients, it's very easy to get $50K. And if you lose those leads, meaning you're losing 30, 40, 50K and even above that.
You've titled one of your articles something like Automate or It's Over. Why your business needs an AI sales agent in 2026. That's a bold statement. In your view, what separates businesses that will thrive in the AI era from those that will become obsolete?
Yeah, we can have long discussions about conspirology, about sci-fi future, but we have to admit we can't outperform AI with numbers. So rather you stay slow and stay behind while everybody, your competitors, run faster, or you automate inside your process in your business what you can do. For example, me automated everything I can, but everything is under my control. So that's why I don't write, AI floppy posts and articles. Even if I get the structure and then I read everything and then I done editing. So this is, in the end, will be actually my work. But yes, AI helps me a lot with the structure, sometimes with ideas. So AI, it was not a replacement. AI is your best friend.
It's clear that today, the gap between those who embrace this tech and those who ignore it isn't just a matter of efficiency, it's a matter of survival. Bodhan, thank you for the masterclass in the cost of inaction and the reality of the AI era.
Thank you.
Alrighty. Okay, so there's a lot of me and Bodhan and I have of a similar mindset. He says he's using the tool to help him form ideas and get the structure, and then you bring in your own ideas and your own sensibilities, and then you use the structure that AI gives you, and then you make it your own. And that's exactly what we did here. And so I'm going to take you behind the build real quick, and I want to show you what we did. And the first thing that was crazy, okay, so Bodhan has a newsletter. It's like Life, Death, and AI or something. I can't remember exactly the exact title of the newsletter, but the AI would not let me, the AI tool will not let this avatar say the word death. And AI or die. And he had another sort of post that says AI or die. So I had to get the AI to say, you have a post that says, you know, get with AI or it's over, instead of saying get with AI or you're dead or die. So that word couldn't, I had to work around the fact that I couldn't generate the avatar to say the word love, death, and AI in 2026. So that was crazy. So what we have here is the sort of bones of the edit. And it took me, and the crazy thing is, I gave this offer to like maybe 10 people, just talking, hey, listen, you know, I'm doing the Alex Hormozi. I have this talent for creating professional interviews and manipulating AI. Be happy to do an interview, you know, and I'm taking me out of the interview. So it's just a gift. It's not the only thing that I have, is just a little tag at the end. So, and Bodhan from war-torn Ukraine is the only one that's came up to the plate. So crazy. So, and so what I did is I created an intro, right? If you want to be professional, you got to have an intro. So this intro was done from Canva, and if I call up Canva, I'm gonna like just kill the CPU thing. So we'll just take a look at it here. So all of this, right? You see where it says marketing expert. So the tool Canva gave me, I put in Bodhan's image, right? I got this from Facebook. I'm sorry, I got it from LinkedIn. I went to his LinkedIn sort of highlights page and I got him, and then I got these two awesome testimonials. And with the testimonials, they were like about a minute and a half long, and I had to grab like less than 10 seconds because the opening really can't be more than 20-30 seconds. So what you hear is, what you see here is manual audio ducking. And so this right there, this represents the audio. Come on, why can't I get it? Oh, well, but you can see, right? This is the audio of the testimonials, and I bring the music down. And so what happens with a lot of inexperienced creators is they fall in love with the music and they want to hear the music. So were you ever in a restaurant and you're like, that sounds like Led Zeppelin or Frank Sinatra? What? It sounds weird. And then you're kind of catching it on the off beat. Then as soon as you catch it on the right beat, you hear the song. Well, that's exactly what happens with incidental music. So once you bring the music in and the person understands the sort of the flavor and the mood of the music, you can bring it all the way down, and always bring the music down between minus 20 to 25 decibels under unity, so it doesn't compete with the vocal. Every time, if you're doing a video, every time a person speaks, audio, unlike light, masks. So the audio of the person speaking should actually mask over the sound. That's how low your sound's got to be. All right, and so you can see here, I'm got this down to what? 21. So between 20, and then I bring it down lower as it goes on, all the way to 28 decibels below unity. Okay, so And then right here, right? So I'm gonna play it with no music, and you're gonna hear all the incidental swishes. All right, so no music. And so as these elements, oops, I gotta get you so you can see what I'm doing. And I'm gonna play this with no music, and as these elements come in, you're gonna see these, you're gonna hear these swishes, and all of these things here are whoosh. So watch. Oops, let me take down the right here. So it comes in right away. Hear that? All of those are choices that you have to make.
Leaving this review in high praise of Bodhan.
It was in absolutely fantastic. We used them extensively.
Right? And so you see the automation? You see, if you look up here, you can see the automation that I'm doing manually. So let's listen to it with the music. Okay, my CPU is going mental. So you get the idea, right? And so the next thing was I wanted an avatar. So if you go up here to CapCut, right, AI avatar. And so it has all these different, so it says choose an avatar. Okay, we're live, of course it's going to, right? So they have all these avatars that you can use. And if you notice, so, right, all kinds of different styles, all different looks, right? And if you notice,
Hey, how are you today?
Pivoting
Are you ready to?
all right, CPU is having difficulty. Come on now. All right, so if you notice, right, I'm wearing a suit and a tie, a suit jacket and a tie, and Bodhan's look is just chill. He's in a jumper with a hood. He's got a baseball cap on. So that's a very casual look. So I chose an avatar who was also casual in look. And then you have to choose a voice, right? So you go in there, you just choose avatar, add speech, and you have a choice. You can either have audio that's generated, or you can put words in there that's it will generate a voice. And so I chose a voice that said Bodhan instead of Bodhan, because some voices were like, "Hi, Bodhan." I was like, "No, it's not Bodhan." And so it just happened that that voice that I'm using said his name appropriately. And so all of those choices take time. So like, how could it take 8 hours to do a 3-minute video? It's not necessarily the editing, because Bodhan's was, I just let him go with the question, and then it was up for him to perform the way he wanted to answer the question as he felt. And so what we got is the intro, the avatar, and the Bodhan. All right. And how we doing? Okay, CPU still hanging in there. All right. And so I make sure that the levels I boosted Bodhan's levels let's see, is it gonna tell me? Yeah, come on. Yeah, by 11 decibels. And I made sure that each time she came in, she got a little bit closer in terms of her appearance. So her face gets closer and closer to you to bring in a sense of intimacy. But I left, Bodhan, this is what he gave me. The audio sort of representation is what he gave me. I didn't change that. And so, it's basically his performance and then my performance together with the AI. So the AI is me, and then this is the footage that Bodhan gave me to work with. And so the only time I mess with the visuals from the interview is at the very end, where I bring Bodhan in for a close-up. Let's see if I can do this without crashing the system. Okay, so right here, I bring him in for a close-up to match her close-up. So that's the only time I actually mess with his raw footage. All right, and then I have a outro and audio ducking. She says goodbye, Bodhan, and then I have my own tag at the end, or I have my website. Come on, computer, you can do it. At the very end there. So I've got my website, AI architecture, sound design, and visuals. There's my thing, and so that's fini. All right, and so the audio ducking and then the transition effects, all of those are decisions. I guess that could be automated, but every time we move from Bodhan to the interviewer, okay, see that? That's a transition. So every transition goes shoo. Let's see if I can play it without crashing the system. Give it a sec. Okay, so listen.
Of the AI era.
Hear that? Hear that? And so you have to go into CapCut, right? Then you go audio, sound effects, and then right, you go to sound effects, and I go swooshes, right? So you have all of these swishes in which you can add, right? And all of those decisions take time, like which swoosh do I want where. All right, and so just also, I'm going to try to show you here. I'll bring down, let the interview breathe for a second. So I want to play the testimonials. So there were these testimonials that Bodhan had in his highlight reel on LinkedIn. So I was able to take them, download them, and it's long, and so in the intro, you only have like a few seconds. So I had to make the choice to edit what I'm going to pull out of this minute testimonial, these glowing testimonials. All right, and so let me get to the first one. All right, I'm gonna open this with the VLC. Player takes the least amount of CPU usage. Let's see. We're gonna try to load it here. Okay, I hear it. I hear it. Where are you? Okay, there you are. So let me see if I can play this one. All right, you're being a little bit difficult, but that's okay. We'll get you. So this is the first testimonial, and I had to pull like 5 seconds out of this minute worth of video, and that decision takes time. So here we go with the first testimonial.
Hi, my name's Karina and I'm one of the co-founders of Edible Health. We are an online company selling collagen supplements on both Amazon marketplaces around UK, Europe, USA, and also on our own D2C website. And I'm just leaving this review in high praise of Bodhan, who came on board to help us with a number of Facebook challenges that we were experiencing, and we found him to be very proficient and very communicative and very helpful and integrated very well into our team, and was always very helpful and supportive and testing out various scenarios to try and enable us to run successful campaigns without spending lots and lots of wasted money that made Facebook get richer and us poorer. So yes, highly recommend Bodhan. Thank you.
Okay, a brilliant testimonial, and I had to take out of that glowing review just a few seconds because I wanted that in the intro, and you know, you only have a few seconds to capture somebody. So if that testimonial is really close to the beginning, that's going to be great for Bodhan, and it's going to be great for the intro. All right, and so I can't even remember exactly what I chose there. So let's look at the next one.
Yes, hello, my name is...
Okay, here we go. Let me set it up here. All right, VLC is not being easy to work with. All right, so here's the next interview. So I did take just a few seconds out of this glowing review here.
Hello, my name is Kent Ertugrul. I'm the founder and chairman of Scentcraft, formerly of Form. I just wanted to create this message to leave a testimonial for Bohdan, who's been absolutely fantastic. We've used him extensively. He is very thorough, dedicated, extremely responsive, communicates well, and knows what he's doing. He's also good at working with the team, and you know, very high energy, which is what we were looking for. So he's highly recommended, knows his stuff and can do the job. Don't hesitate to reach out if I can be of any further assistance in providing more information. Thank you.
All right, absolutely glowing. So let's see here. Hold on. Stop. Let me stop. Okay. They're not being very cooperative. So let's see what I chose. I can't remember what I chose. So, so now I wanted as close to the beginning of the opening. You only have a few seconds to grab somebody. So I wanted those testimonials to be right there at the beginning, and I wanted to pick the best that I could to work with the intro. All right, and that's the craft. That's what takes the time. What do you choose? You know, what do you choose? So let's watch it together and see what I chose.
And I'm just leaving this review in high praise of Bodhan,
Who's been absolutely fantastic. We've used him extensively.
All right. Okay. So that's, what is that? Okay. So that's within the first, right, what is there, 20 seconds? So within the first 20 seconds, I was able to squeeze the testimonials in there for Bodhan, and voila. So, so for all those people who was like, oh, AI is going to take over. No, AI is not going to take over everything. You got to be in there hustling, man. You got to be in there working it to make something of value. And so with what I call the trust apocalypse, what this video does is it creates a sense of polish, professionalism. There's a continuity in Bodhan's vibe, how he likes to have his image casual, really cool guy. He's not, my image is with the suit coat and the tie. He's got a different vibe, and the point is to try to match that vibe in the video. Oh, and this is the other thing I wanted to just mention. Okay, so if you notice right here, we've got a certain type of color, right? So he's got the neon in the back, but everything else is earth tones, earthy tones. And so I chose the avatar I like this one because it had the same sort of earth tones, right? That same sort of warm feel, because you can choose corporate, any type of different hair colors, different, Asians, Africans, whatever flavor of person that you want, you can choose with this CapCut tool. So the point was to make sure she said his name properly, and to make sure that she was in his same sort of vibe. And so with those design parameters, or those design objectives, and then you have to go in, and then you have to make the tool do what you want. All right, and I use Perplexity to help me. It says, this is my man Bodhan, and he's going to, we're going to work together on an interview. Give me some questions that would make a great interview. So Perplexity did the research. This is unique to Perplexity. ChatGPT, Claude, they're like, I can't scrape LinkedIn. Oh, you LinkedIn. And then Perplexity's like, no problem, man. You can see it looking. You can see it going on. And so I gave Bodhan the questions, right? And he took them, made the video, answered the questions from the PDF file, and then I just took those questions that I gave him, and then I popped it into CapCut, and I popped it into the text. It's asking me for a text or an audio file. Put in the text file, and that was another sort of creative journey of discovery, trying to figure out which avatar which voice to use, right? So I had to choose the voice. I had to choose her voice, and I had to choose her look, or his look. But I don't know. I just chose that because for whatever reason it seemed to work well. So, what's the moral of the story? It's, you got to have an intro. You got to have an outro. If there's a testimonial you can stick in there really close to the beginning, that is a good idea. Is it difficult to take just a couple of, a few words out of a glowing testimonial and put it in there? Yeah, it ain't easy. You got to make those choices. And then I'm creating So once again, listen for each time the transition happens, there's a shoo, okay? And so those shoo has to go in the transition, which is like milliseconds. Listen.
Clinics and
Oops, sorry.
real estate businesses automate their client intake systems. So tell me.
See that? Shoo. And that's because it's an aggressive wipe, right? It's an aggressive transition. So it a shoom, and then the one that comes after this is going to be like a shoo.
Bodhan, you've identified that most businesses lose 40 to 50% of potential clients due to slow response times. What's behind this massive hidden revenue leak?
You hear that? Shoo. And those have to be, they're too loud coming right out of the box. When you pull them in, they're too loud, so I always have to adjust them down manually, depending on which is doing what. And so that means with however many transitions you have, right, you've got a entry and an exit. So let's say you have 10 transitions, then that's 20. Yeah, you have to choose, and then you have to adjust. And so that was 4 gigabytes of interview that I was able to download, and it came out. Then we exported it in 1080p, right? And then the result was, I think, a 300 or 400 megabyte file with everything included, which is considerable, but because the original source material was of such a high quality, you know, I could have maybe tried to compress it, but it's okay. It's you know, you just have to wait a little longer on YouTube to upload a chunky file like that. All right, so that's behind the build. If you're interested, you want to work together, the offer's still there. I'm ready to help promote your story the way you like it. I'll do the same, so whatever vibe you're creating, I'll try to match your vibe. I'll try to make a custom intro, and I'll use your LinkedIn highlight file and see if there's anything there that's usable, and we can create something awesome. So something awesome is good, you know? So feel free to reach out, and thanks for watching. All right. Take care. See you next time. Au revoir.
Rounds in the chat when I hit that live. Unofficial king of LinkedIn live. And on the replay ride, yeah. Hit that follow, keep that streak alive.